What it do, YouTube? It's the time of year again when the Miami Dolphins just sit at home and watch everybody else play in the playoffs. What we have here is the off-season prediction video here. And the Miami Dolphins have a lot of work to do as far as a salary cap, because this past season was a year of us make it or break it year. The serious make it or break it year, we ended up signing Ndamukong Suh to a $120 million contract. Ended up re-signing Ryan Tannehill to a $96 million contract. And those contracts are going to be hitting us big in the 2016 season. So our salary cap is not looking too great as far as the 2006 going into the 2016 free agency season. I think we're about 1 million over the salary cap. So we got a lot of cutting to do. And some players are not going to be back next season. So I went through the actual roster and I looked and see how they performed this past season. And I got quite the list here that's going to be ended up on the chopping block. But we're going to start off with the quarterback spot. We got Ryan Tannehill. A lot of criticism about Ryan Tannehill this year. A lot of comments in the comment section from the previous preview and final thought videos that basically said Ryan Tannehill does not deserve to be on the Miami Dolphins anymore, and that everybody else takes the blame except for Ryan Tannehill. But every single time I seem to come to his defense, and I'm going to come to his defense again and say that he is going to stay on the team, because you can't argue with the fact that until Ryan Tannehill shows that he commits too many turnovers and he is not showing any signs of excelling at the quarterback spot over the previous years, he is going to still be the Miami Dolphins quarterback. Like I said before, two offensive coordinators. He is going to be going on his second head coach, has had no offensive line blocking for him, and he's still raw as a quarterback. Don't forget, he was a wide receiver in college. And yeah, I just cannot evaluate Ryan Tannehill right now as of this moment. So he's going to stay as the Miami Dolphins quarterback in 2016 as my prediction. Now, what we have here is Lamar Miller. Now, the thing is with Lamar Miller, man, we can go up and down about Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller, I really think he has the potential to be in a top 5 running back in this league, but it's all comes down to him, because he's going to be a free agent this year, and it's all going to come down to him as far as how he was used this year. He had 872 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns, so he didn't exactly get over 1,000, and I'm pretty sure he's pretty upset about the amount of touches that he actually got this season. But from the Miami Dolphins standpoint, I honestly think that they should find a way to re-sign him. He should be the number 1 priority in the offseason. Signing back Lamar Miller, because of the fact I do not trust Jay Ajayi, because he is running on broke knees. That's just me though. So find a way to sign back Lamar Miller. Give it whatever the price is, we give it to him. His man is only 25 years old, so find a way to get him back in Miami. Now, as far as the wide receiver position goes, you already know Jarvis Landry is staying. 110 catches, 1,157 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. Reshad Matthews, on the other hand, we have too much depth on this Miami Dolphins roster. Too much depth. He's going to be a free agent as well. So I don't see Reshad Matthews coming back either. So he's going to be out of Miami. He is going to be out of Miami. Kenny Stills, I'm not exactly happy with the way Kenny Stills has played this year as far as being a Miami Dolphin. Man is injury prone, I swear. Man has always have some type of hamstring injury. Always some kind of hamstring injury. Man had a lot of drops too as well. So I'll give Kenny Stills another year to prove that he could be that wide receiver, that burner wide receiver that we all know. He showed flashes of that this year, don't get me wrong. But man, it's always hurt though. He is always hurt. Always that same them hamstring injuries. Devante Parker. Obviously, he had a slow start coming in. Ended up starting the final 4 games of the season. And it really took advantage of his opportunity. He did show flashes of him taking plays off But as far as the last 3 games, he has showed that explosive playmaking ability to go over the top, getting the ball at the highest point and taking it away from the defender. So Devante Parker and Jarvis Landry, like I said before, they're going to be a dynamic duo in the future. For even if Ryan Tannehill doesn't come back to be the quarterback, whoever the quarterback is going to have a blessing. It's really going to have a blessing. Greg Jennings, another roster cut that I see the Miami Dolphins making, because as far as the season goes, he did not play the way that I thought he was going to play. He only had like one good game, and that was the final game of the season against the New England Patriots. He had 2 good catches, but other than that, Greg Jennings had a lot of drops and basically was non-existent. If I wasn't a Miami Dolphin fan, a serious Miami Dolphin fan, I wouldn't even have known that Greg Jennings was even on the team. So he is going to get cut. That is a cut. Moving on to the tight end position, we have Jordan Cameron. Obviously, Jordan Cameron didn't live up to expectation. Man only had 35 catches, 386 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He is basically a tight end a wide receiver playing tight end. Man is 6'5", 249 pounds. Like it's head scratching trying to figure out why we just could not get the ball to Jordan Cameron. And as far as his salary, like, I would really like to see him back in Miami next year, but he's due to make over $7 million next year. So I see the Miami Dolphins ended up cutting him and re-signing him back for a pay cut. That's how I see the Miami Dolphins doing it. But I also see other teams going out there and trying to sign Jordan Cameron because he is such a freak of nature and such a big red zone threat that I don't see the Miami Dolphins being able to get him for cheap. So he's going to be gone, cut. Branden Albert. Oh, Branden Albert. As far as Branden Albert goes, man only played 14 games last year. Obviously, he's coming off that ACL injury. But within those 14 games that he actually did play, he did not allow not one single sack. Now, there's a thing with Branden Albert. Man cannot stay healthy. He's always getting hurt as well. Always getting hurt. Like last year, I could have sworn he hurt like 8 different spots on his body. 8 different spots. Hamstring, foot, knee, shoulder, everything. So he's due to make $16 million this year. Man can never stay healthy. He can't play a full season. So he is out of Miami. Now, this bastard. We're gonna get this right out the way right now. I'll even do the favor for you right now. He is out of here. He doesn't even need an explanation. He is out of here. He is gone. Goodbye, Dallas Thomas. Now, moving on to the center spot, we have Mike Pouncey. Mike Pouncey, in my honest opinion, like obviously he's going to the Pro Bowl, but I think he hurt his hip, so he's not going to participate in the Pro Bowl. But he made another Pro Bowl. Honestly, in my honest opinion, I don't think he played played well enough to make it to the Pro Bowl. But Mike Pouncey is still the solid leader on the Miami Dolphins as far as the offensive line, and it's consistent. So I don't see Mike Pouncey going anywhere as far as being a Miami Dolphin. Now, as far as the right guard spot, we have Billy Turner. Finally, he got to see the field. Last year, I don't understand why he didn't see the field. Everything was all kept on the hush-hush. But as far as Billy Turner goes, he did show signs of him being able to be a great right guard in the league. So I'm going to give him another year. Give him a full off season of practice, OTAs, to see what they can actually bring to the table. So he's going to stay. Jamil Douglas. Same thing with Jamil Douglas. I know he had a terrible start as far as being the Miami Dolphins right guard at the beginning of the season. I believe he was ranked as the worst right guard in the league within the first 4 games of the season. So I just gotta give him another year. He was rookie last year, so I gotta give him another year. And also he's showing signs of versatility. I know I've been critical about him as far as him doing them dirt snaps and them games where Mike Pouncey has went out, and Jamil Douglas has never played a down as a center a day in his life. So I can't really get mad at Jamil Douglas. So he's going to stay in Miami. Juwan James. What can I say about Juwan James? Juwan James ended up going down in week 10 with a turf toe injury. Was it turf toe? Some type of toe injury. Juwan James, he's a solid starter in the league. I can't get mad at Juwan James. This is his second year in, and he got hurt in week 10, so I can't judge Juwan James. Juwan James, he's a solid starter. Man doesn't give up sacks. So and he's versatile. Could play left side or the right side. He got exposed on the left side last year, but he went back to his natural position on the right side. So I can't complain about Juwan James. Jason Fox, I'm taking care of you right now because you gave up too many sacks on that side. Looked like you didn't even try. So goodbye. He's out of here. Oh. This is where it gets interesting. Now, Cameron Wake, obviously he went down in week 6 against the New England Patriots. He ended up having a torn Achilles. But as far as only playing we played the first 6 games, but in just 3 games alone, he had 7 sacks and 4 forced fumbles. That's sad. Like, he was on pace to having a big year for the Miami Dolphins. So it's unfortunate. I hate to do it. I hate to say it, and I hate to do it. But when it comes down to it, we need to free up some cap space. And Cameron Wake has just got to be that casualty. I know he's a top 100 player, top 100 Miami Dolphin player of all time, but he's just not gonna make the cut. I'm sorry, I don't see it any other way. He is one of the biggest cap hits going into this 2016 free agency frenzy. So he is not going to be back in Miami, and he is not going to take a salary cut. He is not going to take that because he wants to win, and he wants that ring. He really wants that ring. So Cameron Wake, he is going to be out of Miami. Derrick Shelby, he's going to be a restricted free agent as well. This man really stepped up as far as when Cameron Wake went down. It really surprised me a lot. He had 37 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 1 interception return for a touchdown. And we all know who that was against Matt Shaw for the Baltimore Ravens. But yeah, Derrick Shelby is going to be a restricted free agent. I don't see him being back in Miami. Maybe. It's kind of murky right now for me. I'm not really sure. So that one's a question mark. Derrick Shelby's gonna be a question mark. But if I had to guess, he'll be back. Hopefully not for a price too high, but something substantial. He won't blow us or give us a blockbuster. Quintin Coples, we ended up signing him after Cameron Wake went down. This is a no-brainer. He's getting cut. This is a no-brainer. He's definitely getting cut. Well, I take that back. We got Mike Tannenbaum as the vice president. He came from the Jets as well, just like Quintin Coples. He might be playing favorites. He might end up trying to keep him since we're getting rid of Cam Wake and possibly Derrick Shelby. So, yeah, if it really depends. If Miami ends up keeping Derrick Shelby, they get rid of Quintin Coples. If they keep Quintin Coples, they get rid of Derrick Shelby. That's just how it's going to work. That's how I see it working. I don't see it no other way. Moving on to the right end spot, we have Olivier Vernon. I had him going down as being the most improved player of the year because I really thought that he was going to wreak havoc on that side since they had Ndamukong Suh demanding a double team almost every single play, and Cam Wake on the other side. Obviously, it didn't turn out to be that way because Cameron Wake ended up being out for the season. But Olivier Vernon had 61 tackles and 7.5 sacks. Now, Olivier Vernon is also going to be a restricted free agent, so I feel like this is the number 2 priority as far as the Miami Dolphins offseason is getting Olivier Vernon back in Miami. for some reason it has been an extremely big issue for the Miami Dolphins to sign back our own drafted players. We just seem to just let them go. Just let them go, not even give them a second contract. So if we are going to turn around this organization and this regime for the Miami Dolphins, the number one thing that we need to end up doing is signing back our own. Starting with Lamar Miller and Olivier Vernon. Dion Jordan. This is a no-brainer too as well. Man really has not produced since he's been drafted. He's going into his 4th year as a Miami Dolphin. So as far as his numbers have gone, he only has 46 tackles and 3 sacks in his 3-year career. Now he's had a lot of issues as far as substance abuse and injuries, but he's not coming back. He hasn't played. He didn't play a game last year. He only played about 6 games the year before that. So Dion Jordan, I'm sorry, ends up being a bust. I feel sorry for that one person that commented on the video that he said he got a Dion Jordan jersey and he never got a chance to wear the thing. Because Dion Jordan never seems to be able to see the field. But yeah, Dion Jordan, he is out of Miami. He's gone. Now, defensive tackle, we have Ndamukong Suh. Obviously, like I said before, has signed a $120 million contract. The 2015 season, he was only going to get about $100,000. But 2016 is when he's going to get that big money. I believe he's going to get about $26 million just this season. $26 million. So that's when the cap is going to really hit. It's going to really hit. But Ndamukong Suh had 61 tackles and 6 sacks. And Ndamukong Suh has gotten a lot of criticism this year, just because of the fact that they say he hasn't shown up on film. But like I said, if you're not every game watching, if you're not watching the Miami Dolphins every game and seeing what Ndamukong Suh, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, he has to get double teamed every single play. He gets double teamed every single play, and he'll show flashes of getting to the quarterback, and then he'll end up taking that double team and having somebody else do what they're supposed to do and get to the quarterback as well. Now, obviously, that our run defense was ranked 29th in the NFL, but hey, the man ain't Superman. It's the whole defense as a whole when it comes down to it. So Ndamukong Suh, I can't get mad at Ndamukong Suh. Should have been a Pro Bowler too as well. Going down to Earl Mitchell. Man, what can I say about Earl Mitchell? Earl Mitchell had just 22 tackles. He didn't have any sacks. I don't see him back in Miami either, even though I think he's a good role player, but I don't see him back in Miami just because of the emergence of the 2nd round pick Jordan Phillips. Jordan Phillips actually had 19 tackles and 2 sacks, so at least Jordan Phillips is putting pressure on the quarterback and also gets some deflections too. Man, really got his JJ Watt going on, getting some SWAT bat downs at the line. So, and he's an athletic freak. Man did a freaking backflip. He can do backflips. He weighs over 329 pounds. So I see Jordan Phillips being slotted in at that 2nd defensive tackle spot, and Earl Mitchell being out of Miami. Left outside linebacker, we have Koa Misi. Koa Misi, I can really appreciate what Koa Misi has done for the Miami Dolphins, but he is not going to be back in Miami. Koa Misi had 78 tackles and only played 13 games. But Koa Misi is another player that just does not seem like he can finish the whole season. I do not understand it. He just cannot finish the whole season. But ever since he came into the league, has been extremely versatile. Played a 3-4 linebacker, pass rusher. Then when Joe Philbin ended up coming in, he ended up switching to that left outside linebacker spot, and then moving over into the middle linebacker spot. So it showed some signs of versatility, but he will not be back in Miami next year. Middle linebacker, we have Kelvin Sheppard. He is going to be a restricted free agent as well. I really thought that Kelvin Sheppard could come on big and actually be in a dominant middle linebacker, especially with Ndamukong Suh in the middle. But Kelvin Sheppard ended up having 105 tackles. It's pretty decent for a middle linebacker. Well, for Kelvin Sheppard anyway. But like I said, he's going to be a restricted free agent, so I don't see him coming back in Miami either. So he is going to be going down as a cut. Jelani Jenkins emerged last year as a really good sideline-to-sideline linebacker for the Miami Dolphins. Ended up having 71 tackles and 1 forced fumble. Well, because Jelani Jenkins has proved himself last year, this season. Also, he had injury issues this year as well. So it's too early to tell what you want to do with him, but he's going to stay as the Miami Dolphins right outside linebacker. Now, moving on to the corner spots, we have Brent Grimes. Obviously, as you know, his wife is stirring up a lot of drama as far as locker room issues, so that's not good for business. Also, Brent Grimes hasn't really performed the way he was supposed to perform like he did recent years as a Miami Dolphins cornerback, even though he may have had 49 tackles and 4 interceptions. So as far as that goes, I don't see Brent Grimes back in Miami. I really don't, especially because the man's 33 years old and there's 2 years left on his contract, and there's going to be a big salary cap hit for 2016, and there's a lot of talent. I mean, a lot of talent in free agency as far as the cornerback spot. So if the Miami Dolphins are going to make a move as far as getting us some extremely talented, normal-sized corners, it'll be this year, because the list is, it is unbearable right now. It's extremely unbearable. Bryce McCain, goodbye. Goodbye, Bryce McCain. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's move on. You already know he was not staying. Bryce McCain is not staying. I cannot stand Bryce McCain. Bobby McCain, he was a rookie, played really well. Played extremely well. I see him back in Miami. Jamar Taylor, yeah, that's it. That's it for him. He's gone. But Jamar Taylor's gone. He's had a lot of injury issues and finally got his opportunity this year to show that he can be a solid starter this season, but hasn't shown and ends up getting on the highlight reel for the wrong reason. So Jamar Taylor will not be back in Miami. Tony Lippett. It's a new age of cornerbacks now in the league, and Tony Lippett is part of that. 6 feet tall. That's what seems like teams are looking for now, is cornerbacks that are at least 6 feet. So Tony Lippett, I think if with a full off season and a coach being on his ass, I think that he could be a pretty nice corner in the future. So he is going to stay in Miami. Now, Louis Delmas obviously did not play the whole season. He ended up re-signing in last offseason, because him and Reshad Jones as a tandem at the safety spot was a sight to see. But Louis Delmas ended up tearing his ACL, the same ACL he tore last year in practice. So that's it for him. Another 1 year deal given to him. Didn't take it. Unfortunately, he got the ACL injury, so he will not be back in Miami. And we have Walt Aikens. Man had a up and down season. At the beginning of the season, he was looking pretty good. I really liked what he was doing at that safety spot, but ended up losing the starting job in week 10. But he had just 29 tackles, didn't get any interceptions or anything, but 29 tackles. But I really like what Walt Aikens is doing. I really like him. And we have Reshad Jones, the best safety in the league. Really, what can you say about? There's a lot of things you can say about Reshad Jones. Got snubbed out of the Pro Bowl. Had the most tackles for safety this year. 135 tackles, 2 sacks, 5 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. He's definitely staying in Miami. Definitely staying in Miami. So that is my 2016 off-season cuts. Be sure that you guys stay tuned to my prediction for the top 3 Miami Dolphin free agents of the 2016 season. And also, I want to put a little trivia question out there. If you could name a key free agent that's going to be in the 2016 free agency list that's a former Miami Dolphin, if you can guess that particular player that I'm thinking about right now, please leave a comment in the comment section. You know what it is. It's Great One DeVore. I'm up out of here.